Boom, we are live. Welcome to Tokyo Tonight. This is the Hanami Fallout special. Let me adjust my adjustments there. Good to see you all tonight. Welcome. My voice, actually, it's not so bad. It was a bit croaky this morning. But and by the way, I just want to clarify as well. I have actually washed this shirt. It is the same shirt that I wore yesterday. I put it in the washing machine. I took it out of the dryer and I thought, it just looks easy. It's nighttime, so. You know, don't worry. I've washed. I wash regularly. You know, almost once, twice a week. No, every day. This is Japan. You have to wash every day in Japan. Not English style, although I have all that stuff around. Anyway, how's it going? It was great to see so many people at the Hanami yesterday. Great to actually meet so many of you guys for the first time, as it always is. It was great to see you guys. I see that there's already been one. Kind of Lord of the Rings version of the Hanami party, the 48-minute video by Zach. Although the thing is, I know because it's Zach Phoenix 787 who was there, I'm sure you didn't miss anything there at the party. One thing I want to kick off as well by just saying for the people who were at the party yesterday, one, thank you for coming, it was awesome. Two, absolute thanks to Hikosaemon and Phoenix 787 who were both kind of the lead organizers. And great job. You guys made it happen. And on my own part, I kind of just want to, I don't know, like, so when I have trouble relaxing at these events. I'm always wanting to talk to everyone, and I'm really feeling bad about people I'm meeting to talk to, who I want to go over and talk to that I'm not talking to. Plus, I like, Google was fantastic this year. They gave us a bunch of, they contacted me and gave me a bunch of swag, some mugs and some shirts and stuff like that. And I really wanted to give those away, and I had in my head this idea for competitions and all this sort of stuff that you want to do. It's always impossible to execute the way that you mean to do. But I was kind of like, really kind of freaking out about that. And then afterwards, you know, I went to the, I set up a karaoke place after the Nijikai and so on. And I don't know, when I get really obsessive about trying to make stuff work, I find I don't know, I become uptight and awkward. Well, I'm awkward as a natural just state of being, but I don't know, I can't really relax at these things until I'm like at a Nijikai or a Sanjikai, a third after party, where I'm not responsible for anything anymore, and then I tend to loosen up. I was not loosened up yesterday, and I guess partly it was just that I wasn't drinking, partly I was just thinking about all this other stuff that was going on. And there were actually a couple of cases, including with Zach, and including with one other guy, the karaoke and so on. There were specific things where I was actually kind of a dick. And I'm really sorry, I was just kind of wound up a little bit at some points, and it was just me just being kind of obsessive and so on, which wasn't necessary because it was such a great day. And I really appreciate everybody who came along and made it such a great day. But and you know, Temiko, don't worry, this is the whole thing about this event. It's a place where you get to see each other, but you don't really ever get to talk properly, and that's another thing. I mean, I guess it's always it's cool when you actually get to meet people. The best I've ever talked to Phoenix was in the what's the name of that burger place? Damn it, it's gone from me now. Shake Shack. You know, it's like when you get the chance to have a proper time to talk to people separately, as I'll get to do hopefully with most of the people I met at that party. But it was still really cool just getting to say hello, and it's magic, and just some of the things that people said to me there as well. It was just really nice. It was, and it's funny. I guess maybe I was a little bit stressed out and trying to do too much at the same time to necessarily react the way that I should have or wanted to at the time, but I really did. So yes, apologies for being a little bit of a dick at times, but at the same time it was a great day, and it was a really good job by the organizers. So thanks for that. I will be showing some photos and so on, which are from Facebook in this, I think, at some point. Why don't I do that first? I don't know. I mean, there's so much cool stuff. I guess you guys all want to see how it was. I see there's a lot of people here that were actually already, some people who I talked to yesterday who already, of course, know exactly what went on. But I know that there's a lot of you who couldn't make it along, or are outside of Japan, or just weren't at the party. And yeah, maybe I'll show you those first, actually, come think of it. So it's kind of funny switching apps. Let's just go through to my own feed, not that. And that's Wikipedia. I guess this is where it's a little bit. So here's some of her posts. That is Amadolfo. He was awesome at karaoke. There's Jake Norton, Lisa sometimes. It's just awesome people. There's Shivers, Phoenix 787, Tomoko. She got some really good photos. See, Victor, he took good photos. I mean, of course, he actually didn't get in a fight this year. It was good. He kind of got sleepy at the end, but he was actually in really good shape. So that was really super cool. Looks like everyone's starting to put up their photos now, actually. For me, I'm just going to go and see, because I reposted a bunch of albums, including my own stuff. So that is the stuff for tonight. Let's go through. Oh, that's some awesome videos. That's Kantensai. We met up. It was awesome, and he's an awesome dude, and that was really cool. What else we got? Yeah, that's Kantensai again. We got oh, there's the full vid. Oh no, that's actually a vid of it is. I reposted it, and it is from. Is it from Jake? Who was it from? I can't remember. I reposted it. In fact, that might be Pickle 2. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's that is Man in Japan. That is right. But who else we got here? We got all sorts of stuff. That's a little Instagram I took today that I'll be featuring a bit later. It's not actually letting me go through. Okay, let me go through to my own album. Sorry, it's making you dizzy, I'm sure. Let me get to my photos. Photos. Boom. That's not what I meant. Photos. Albums. And Hanami 2016. So here's my photos. I'm going to show you my Hanami photos. Contents are awesome to see you. The lag. You can see the lag there. I guess it's about 30 seconds. What can you do? Yeah, he didn't get into a fight in Matagaijinka. It was kind of, really, it was a relief but disappointing at the same time. But yeah, this is the sort of layout. It was actually a very easy to find location, so good job on that, although no trees, but it's okay, it happens. Some lovely nighttime trees. I actually Instagrammed that and kind of played with the colors. I think yes, you guys could see that. This is the kind of vibe, people chilling on the mats and talking around, standing around talking. That is the man himself, Mr. Hikosaemon, the appointed organizer-in-chief. Who else we got here? There's a bit of a shamisen show which people are watching there, and these are the shamisen. That is Norm Nakamura. That guy in the background there, that guy is I forget his channel name, but he's a cajon teacher. If you look up like cajon and Japan probably on YouTube, you'll find that guy, and he teaches how to play that box drum thing, which was super awesome, and he showed me how to do that. That was really cool. Foghart's here. Oh, awesome to see. I saw Foghart this week. I got a photo of that in Japan. These were the mugs that I was giving out. And that is someone actually a friend of me today. I don't want to get the name wrong, but it was awesome to see her. That is Tsunami, Kona Tsunami. I remember his real name. I'm trying to think what his fake name is, or YouTube name. That is Norm Nakamura, who was playing the shamisen along with Reina. So you can see there, Reina. In fact, yeah, it's probably, this is why it's maybe not so great actually showing on Facebook. I don't know. Well, anyway, that's Tomoko showed up, and that's Victor. That is Lara. I'm always like talking to. Oh, and there is Cajon Groove Guide. There he is. Go and subscribe to him because he teaches how to play that box thing. That's right. And it was awesome meeting you, and thank you for teaching me. That was really cool. This is the great thing about all this stuff. And there's Lara, and Lara, it was actually, I mean, she is. You can kind of tell from the comments sometime that this person is just like awesome to hang out with. And she is. Made Taco Bell worth going to, which she was, that fun to talk to. We had a great chat afterwards. That was really cool. Tomoko got that Japanese man Yuta. Always good to see him, along with Bianca Dino in the background. Lindsay, one of my favorite YouTubers, although he doesn't make that many videos anymore, but he was there with his mum, actually. He was kind of there as a Hugh Hef thing, and I thought that was really awesome, so that was really cool. And that is, of course, Aussie, and someone who I don't know, who I probably should know. So anyway, lots of coolness there, lots of albums going up, videos going up. Should I talk about my video project? I'm going to talk about my video project. Okay, I recorded some video when I was there, and what I focused on was, I was giving away shirts and cups, like with the dance contest thing, and I actually, on the very best dance thing, where there was like something that Hikosaemon set up, it turned out my camera wasn't recording, so I didn't record all of the dancing, but I recorded a lot of it, and I know a lot of other people recorded some dancing. What I'm going to do is this. Get ready for it. I am going to take all of that footage, raw, and I am going to upload it and I'm going to put a link below where you can download, where you can rip the video on offliberty.com, and it's going to be probably about 15 minutes of just dancing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust all the video so that all the video is going to be set in time just to a beat of 110 beats per minute, 110 beats per minute. And what I'm going to do is, that video is going to be out there for people to go and make. I've challenged each member of the Tokyo Digital crew, and not just the Tokyo Digital crew actually, everybody on the internet who, if you ever want to make music, here's your chance. I'll teach you, I'll make a tutorial actually. That's something I've been meaning to do. I mean, I kind of show you how to do Korg all the time. It's super easy to do. Make your own music, or look at our music. And I want to find out, I want to see people make their own Hanami dance music video, and you can add in your own video clips and stuff like that. But I'll make available all the dance stuff which I recorded from the contest where people were getting the cups and the t-shirts. And the idea is this: you can just make the track, which some of the guys I know will do and we'll put up on SoundCloud. But I'd like to make a playlist, and I'd like to find out who can make the best song and edit of the raw dance footage to make 110 BPM. Hanami dance thing. I missed your pick, Razokul. I'm sure it's coming. Oh, did you put a pick for tonight? I have to see that. Wait a minute. I'm gonna check on the iPad because I want to make sure for safety here. You post. Did you do an edit, Razokul? Because if you did, well, Phoenix, you recorded most of everything. 48 minutes. The thing is, it has to be editable. But yes, if you've got some stuff, well, anyway, I'm going to make available what I have, and I recorded it for that purpose. Raz, I don't see your pick, so I don't know. But anyway, so the idea is I want people. It's going to be a music making competition. I want to see who can make the best sort of 110 beats per minute song. But I'm also going to make all the video available so that people can actually take the songs from the Tokyo Digital crew guides or make your own music, and make an awesome music editing thing. So that is what that is. So look out for that. I'm going to actually try to, well, it won't be tonight because it'll be late when this is finished and I've got to get up early tomorrow, but I've got it in editing. I'm just beat matching. I'm making all the video stuff so that even where it's on a song that's faster than 110 beats per minute, I'm going to slow it down so that all the dancing takes place in time with the music. So that all people have to do is like cut and edit around what they want to do, but it's going to be on beat if you make the track 110 beats per minute, and you can just make any song that you like. And there's going to be, at least I want to see Ben Duncan, I want to see Fogheart, I want to see Nonbiristo, I want to see Chitomo Wakaran and Perry Tune and myself from the Tokyo Digital crew, and anyone else who wants to make music, who just wants to like hang out and get into all that stuff. Do that, make some tracks, and so that's what I want to do. I want to do the Hanami music vid competition. And if there's any, I mean, yeah, Phoenix, if you want to just take out the dancing parts and make that available as well, that's cool. But my stuff will be beat matched, so it'll be like ready to go. It'll be effortless to edit the way that I'm going to do it. And is that Emily Louise Maitland who joined? I see people saying. Everyone's saying hello. I'm curious. I want to say hello to everyone. There's so many people here, though. It's going to be. And don't do that to me, Razel Gul, because seriously, I will spend all night looking for it. Man, there's Emily Louise Maitland. Man, there's so many awesome people here at the moment. And Emily Louise Maitland, congrats on making it to Tokyo. Very good to see you at the party and to see you in Tokyo as well. That's really, really cool. So what was the fallout? The fallout is just it was a big day. And there wasn't. The other thing I quickly want to do before we kick off. I'm hardly going to get through this whole show if I just keep doing these announcements in the beginning. But there will be a music competition. I know the prizes. I'm just going to get an awesome video from it. I might think of something actually, but it's just a cool thing to do, right? The announcements. Yes, people want to hear what the Hanami fallout is. No, it just is that people are hungover and so on. There are a lot of people who have come to Tokyo or have come to Japan and are actually traveling. So I don't know. I'm just thinking I might make a day like this week. If I were to make a day this week. I don't know. I was thinking about making it Friday, but I've just discovered Friday's not going to work. And this is the thing. I don't know what my schedule this week is going to be like, and it's going to be kind of chaotic. But if I can make one day, like maybe Wednesday or something like that, where people who are in Tokyo, or maybe if I make it sooner, maybe if I make it like Tuesday, would there be people, particularly people who are not from Tokyo, who would be up for like a kind of a meetup, like basically with less responsibility and hassle, just to actually catch up properly? I wasn't able to do this really at the Hanami, but if there are people who would be up for a meetup, I don't know, like a lunchtime thing, that's always easiest for me. That'd be kind of cool, actually. So let me know if there are people interested in that. Message me, tweet me, Facebook me, and if there is, I might try to organize something this week because there are a lot of people in town. And by the way, I will be recording the next season of Japan Business Time with Rochelle Cobb this Friday. We've booked the space, and that will be awesome. That will be so good. That will be that's another good thing that's coming up, and I'm going to get to see Rochelle, which will be great because she's always awesome to hang out with, and it was awesome that she came to the party, and I'm glad that she got to talk with so many people there. So that's the pre-lead up. If you want to see like the whole thing, I suggest check out Phoenix 787's video. It's 48 minutes long, so if you want to watch the whole thing, clear your schedule, but maybe just turn it on anyway. You get a good vibe for what it was like there, and you can see all the awesome people that were there and whatever. The huge mega video of Phoenix 787 is there. It's the first link in my Tokyo Tonight Flipboard for this week, so yeah, go and check it out. I mean, that is the definitive article on the party, and he was very diligent about taking video, which I wasn't. You always plan to take video at these parties, and you never actually get it. Another thing, by the way, I see DJ Yules, he's got a question for me. I have a question for you, Hiko. Are the meetups a social event like a party, or just people coming to promote their YouTube channels? No, I would say they're a social thing. They really are. I mean, it's kind of, there is an ancillary benefit that people's videos they get promoted afterwards. We always like to make videos where we compile and get all the names and show links, and that's how you know where to get who to subscribe to and who's making videos at the moment. So it's good for that purpose, and it does become like that. But the event itself, I would say, is absolutely social. It's absolutely, hey, what's your name, what you doing, how's it going? And it's just a way that you become friends with the people, and it's when you become friendly and friends with the other video makers that you start supporting them and doing all this other stuff, which has a side benefit of being a great launching pad for people with channels. But it's not it's a purpose, but it's not really a conscious purpose. It's definitely a social event. And Tai Nakamura, good to see you, as well as everybody else in here. So yes, go and make sure the YouTube Tokyo Hanami Phoenix was taking like heaps of video. That is, and going to be, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's going to be an awesome video, and I am going to turn it on, probably watch it as I go to sleep tonight. So yes, I want to see it, but that is the definitive article. Go check that out. I saw this at the start of the week. This was really, really cool. This is just photos of Tokyo. I kind of like the colors and the angle. These are all things which you see all the time. This is kind of Shibuya, Sentogai, and stuff like that. But it looks really, really cool. And one thing about Tokyo, I have to say, when I take photos as well, Tokyo looks great in the rain, just because of all the neon, the lights and stuff. It gets really Blade Runner-ish and stuff, and this person selected that. And these are really interesting color scheme. And these are great pics, so go and check this out. This was just worth sharing, just as a great way to photograph and show off Tokyo, I thought. This guy's, I mean, all theory, I mean, everyone is starting to talk about this guy a little bit too much. I mean, my theory is very simple. He's just figured out, like anything else, like real estate, like share market investing, like anything else, he's just figured out how to game the electoral process, and he's done a great job. He's done a great job of it. He's figured out that if you treat the electoral process not as a matter of ideology and responsibility for being the most powerful person in the entire world with the heaviest responsibility, if you just treat it like basically a VH1 reality TV show combined with WWE wrestling feuds, people actually, when they are forced to watch a TV show that's basically a reality TV show for like a year, they're going to go for the person who's the most interesting to watch, and that's what he's doing. He's putting on a great show, and it's terrifying, and this is why they need to change the entire system, because they've now figured out that the system's kind of ruined by a guy. It's like on Survivor. The first couple of seasons on Survivor or any reality show are the best because people haven't figured out how to game it yet. So people don't know about strategy or whatever. You get to the 10th or the 20th season of Survivor, it's still interesting, but the problem is everyone going on the island in the beginning of Survivor now knows the first half of the competition they have to be sociable and not be, not be disliked and whatever, and be strong enough to support the team because they vote off all the weak people, but then not be too strong that in the second half of the season they get voted off. You have to sort of ride that path, and everyone kind of knows exactly what the game is by the second half, and it changes fundamentally because in the first few episodes, seasons, no one even knows what the game is, and this is what I think. I think he's a genius for this. He's figured out how to game the US elections in the same way that someone figures out how to really the best strategy for Survivor. And the problem is now everybody's going to do what he's doing in the next election. and that's going to ruin it, so they have to change the rules. But that said, he's done some interesting stuff, and he's actually made a couple of statements. He's talked about Japan, and he said something this week. He said he likes bashing on Japan. He likes saying, hey, we pay for all of their defense, and give Japan some nukes, pull out, let them look after themselves. And the interesting thing here is the reaction of Channel to these statements, and someone put it really, really well, actually, what they said here. So basically, when he said that statement, give Japan nuclear weapons and pull out. So, of course, W means lol, 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 here it comes. And some people are saying here, man, I am just going to become the biggest Trump supporter. All these are basically very right-wing people here, and so the people who want nukes are going crazy supporting him. But someone here put it really, really well. Here we go. Uyo, which is the right-wingers. They want to get nuclear weapons and be fully militarized, so they're for him. And the left-wingers, they want to get rid of all the American bases, so they're going to be for him as well. And it's like, man, Trump is going to get everybody in Japan supporting him. It's a win-win for the left-wing and the right-wing. The left-wingers get rid of the American bases, and the right-wingers get military and nuclear weapons. It's a fantastic, and they put down there, all these people again, they're laughing. It's a win-win. I thought that was actually a genius interpretation of just complete insane bullshit. So I thought that was worth mentioning. It's kind of funny. I mean, what can you do? I mean, we said here, we laughed at Bush. Man, America. But anyway, we watch with morbid fascination the entire process over there, and not just him. The thing is, I mean, he's making Cruz look sane, and I mean, I don't know what I do. I have so many Republican friends who I respect, and I respect them like as smart pro-business, people who I work with, and but those people don't have anyone to support. It's literally the pro wrestling crowd and the evangelicals have taken over the entire Republican Party. There's no actual like Bloomberg or Giuliani or kind of social liberal conservative. I mean, Trump again, he kind of pretends to be that. And the Democrats, of course, you've got Sanders, who's going to scare everyone outside of his actual supporters, so he won't win the presidential election even if he gets a Democrat nomination. And Clinton, who's the same as Bush to me, actually. So I don't know. It's just like, I think you have to look at your system. That's my 2 cents on that. But hell, I mean, Trump, he actually, I mean, he won the minds and hearts of the whole Japanese right-wing internet. And arguably the left wing as well, although they never admit it. But there was an interesting analysis of someone who's just saying batshit crazy shit, and it's working. It's working. It's crazy. I mean, he should be a YouTuber. He really should. He'd probably make more money off YouTube than real estate. And the problem is, that's only half a joke. So anyway, well, I don't know. I mean, it'll be bright. Things can get, if you find getting lit up, and it could be bright. I don't know. The best cherry blossom spots in Tokyo. We were at Mankai. In fact, today we actually had yesterday. It's kind of funny because we've had this freezing cold weather. The cherry blossoms in Tokyo have been holding on. Usually they only go for about 1 week, but the weather's been fantastic. It's been like we haven't had like the hana fubuki, the blizzard of cherry blossom petals that usually happens after about a week. We didn't even have that yesterday, but just today it was starting. It was kind of cool, and it's going to get even bigger this week. So if you are still in Tokyo, particularly if you're visiting, but if you're in Tokyo anyway, there are some great spots here. And let me just try to figure out how I get to the page. So that I can show these in the proper display order. But here we go, the best cherry blossom spots in Tokyo, and these are some secret spots. The main spots that everyone knows are Ueno Park, there's kind of the Four Seasons in Edogawabashi, there's Nakameguro, and there's like Yoyogi Park, and those are like the famous cherry blossom spots that always get featured. But these are some places that are just as awesome, and they're not so well known. Monzen Nakacho, this is on the Toyokosen, not the Toyokosen, it's the I'm getting Tozai-sen. It's on the Tozai-sen heading out towards Disneyland, although it's pretty close to Tokyo, and I didn't actually know that it had a spot like that there. But yeah, right near Monzen Nakacho Station, you've got this pretty beautiful looking area, and right now you're going to get the full-on Hanami blizzard. So these are places that are worth going to if you're in Tokyo at the moment. And it's uncrowded all the time, apparently. So there you go. You can go get awesome footage there. Asakusa Cherry Tree Promenade. I didn't know. I don't go to Asakusa very often, but there you go. You got the sky tree there. To me, that's like a landmarker of the ghetto, but it's beautiful photos. And we're gonna have some decent weather this week. Denpo Inn Garden. I don't know where even Denpo Inn Garden is. It's a lovely looking place. Where is this? Apparently, it's near Sensoji, so it's also in Asakusa. That looks lovely. Oh, by the way, Yasukuni Shrine is another like major Hanami spot, but it's really, really good there. You got to go there. And Sumida River Park. This is again out near the Sky Tree, and that looks lovely as well. There you go, Sky Tree and cherry blossom. So that's pretty cool. Are there any more here? In fact, I feel like I've missed one here. That looks like the outer park of that's Sumida River Park. Down the bottom there. Okay, these are just random photos, but that looks like the outer mode of the palace up there. So anyway, that's a really good list actually, and all over Tokyo they plant these things everywhere. So there you go. Right now is really the time to be in Japan, and it looks really, really good. By the way, I've just realized I saved some bandwidth. Some good news if you are into me having good bandwidth. My apartment building's been upgraded to 1 gigabit per second. I have to uncontract from NHK in order to use the free internet in the building, which is going to be 10 times faster than this, which might mean some higher resolution and less of the kind of connectivity issues that I've had on this show. So that will make things awesome, and that is going to happen on Monday, so I can't wait for that, although it just means I've got to separate my life from NHK, which is NTT, not NHK. No, NHK I'm stuck with. There they are, right there. I'm joined at the hip to them. By the way, Megan, great to hang out with you yesterday, and awesome karaoke. Really, really good stuff last night. The Tokyo Marathon. They're changing the end of the race. They're going to new course basically. They used to have it finish actually Monzu Nakacho. That's the one on the most right hand side there. That's where they used to have it, but now they can actually have it end at Tokyo Station, which I think is good actually, and that's appropriate. That is the actual geographic and cultural center of Japan, so that is going to be really, really awesome. So yes, they're changing the course of the Tokyo Marathon. So Japan's foreign population hits an all-time high. This is a feature from Nippon.com, which is an awesome site run by Peter Durfee, or at least the English version of it. And where are we at? What is the number? We are... So after the Daishinsai, we were up to 2.14 million out of 120 million. But the population... declined, of course, after the big earthquake, which you would expect. But where are we at now? 2.23 million. Well, there we go. That's a new record, the most ever. And I wonder. So these are residents. So these don't include tourists, of course. There is also some news on the tourist things because they set a new target, which is kind of crazy. We'll get to that. Check out this man. This man is Fogheart. He is there in the comments. I actually, I was all planning. I had the best plan set up. I actually went and booked the YouTube space, and I got like a bunch of sound equipment and speakers and mixers and all the stuff, and we were going to do like a big musical jam session, and it was going to be awesome. I actually alarmed the Google people so much that they asked me to come in and do a pre-meeting when they saw the way that I had everything set up. And then I had work that night. I had to cancel it, and everything got so frantic. But the thing was, I was like, dude, I have to say hello. We have to meet up. And he mentioned that he was going to go to Tokyo Tower, and I was like, okay, I'm coming to the tower. And I met him at Tokyo Tower, which is to me much better than Skytree. And I got to meet him and his wife and his friends, and we went up Tokyo Tower, and we had an awesome time, and we took a selfie, which is what you got to do at the top of Tokyo Tower. And yeah, Fogheart, dude, you are on YouTube. It was awesome hanging out with you, and actually he gave me some tips about using GarageBand, which I've never used before. I still haven't used yet. This man he's the bomb. He makes serious music. He studied he actually studied. He's a pro with making electronic music anyway, and sound engineering. So within the Tokyo Digital Crew members, he makes really good stuff. He makes music that's oriented towards game music. But one thing that I've discovered with seeing his music get used on YouTube videos is that actually game music works really, really well as background music on videos. Like seriously, it works really, really well. Like wow, kind of well. I always make like club music. That's what I'm thinking of. He's thinking of something totally different when he makes it, and it's really, really good. I mean, he's also actually just better at music anyway and making music. His stuff is awesome. Check out his SoundCloud because he's actually doing some kind of experiments with stuff and teaching us what he's doing at the moment. So it's actually going to improve my music as well, what he's doing. Fantastic guy, really great to meet you, Fogheart. Really good to hang out with you. Unfortunately, it wasn't as short or the way that I wanted to like do it, but it was really cool hanging with you, and that's a really good selfie. I'm very satisfied with that selfie, and yes, get back to Japan. You're back in Bradford now, I'm guessing, back in the north, but of UK. But it was awesome to see you, and yeah, hopefully we'll get to see it. We'll get to do that jam session at the Tokyo YouTube space that I was planning for. But very good to see you, sir, and yes, that's you on YouTube. Another one, this is from NHK. Well, this is actually from Huffington Post. I saw it covered on NHK, but I couldn't find the story in the NHK online thing. Dude, Ty makes awesome music. Seriously, you should like Google your name, because maybe people will be, because your music is way better than mine. He made some like shamisen, electronic reggae stuff. It was like awesome just before the party. But all of Tai Nakamura's stuff is awesome. And and newest member of the Tokyo Digital crew as well. In fact, did I shout out your name in the beginning? I'm sure I did, but you again, awesome as well. So use his stuff. So I think here the government's been trying to plan out if it's going to do hate speech laws, because you have all these marches of people telling, Chinese and Korean people die, or all sorts of horrible stuff, and they march through the neighborhoods, and these kind of freaks, frankly, who do this sort of thing. And there's no real specific law against it, and they actually say it's protected by free speech, which, there isn't a specific law against hate speech in Japan, and they've been starting to approach trying to regulate that, because it's it's making Japan's international image just look really, really crappy. It makes Japan look and credit these people, hurt Japan's image, incredibly. So the government did a survey between 2012 and 2015, instances of hate speech, and it turns out they actually recorded 1,152 instances of hate speech between these two times, mainly during right-wing demonstrations, which were for other purposes. For example, they'd do a demonstration against North Korea's missile test or something like that, but they would just throw in a few hate speechy things just to spice it up, I guess, and that got recorded. The government said that the problem is not actually getting worse, even though that is the perception by the media. So they say, media, stop being so hysterical, it's just the same as it's always been, which isn't good. It's never been good, and it should have been illegal in the first place. But it's kind of interesting that this is the government is actually preparing these statistics to show, one, the trends with hate speech, which I guess there's an upside that it's not getting markedly worse. Some people blame Abe for the fact it's been getting worse lately, but or it seems to be. Maybe there's more media attention coming because it's actually more and more embarrassing to Japan. And frankly, the marches in Shin-Okubo were pretty terrible. And I was living in an area where I had one of those marches come by, and I was like, went up to my window, and there were like people standing, like eyeballing me from the street. I'm standing inside my freaking house. So fuck you guys eyeballing me from the street. I'm just seeing a noisy demonstration. So yeah, really unpleasant, and the purpose of these are intimidation. It's like the brown shirt marches in Germany. Frankly, the atmosphere of them, these are nasty people, and it's right that what they're doing should be regulated. They can have demonstrations, they can make political statements or whatever, but just going around for the purpose of intimidating just regular people and families and stuff like that, no. And unfortunately, it's not outlawed at the moment, and it will be soon. The downside is that the LDP itself is looking to manipulate the hate speech laws in a way that will capture things like the SEALs, like the left-wing student groups that are protesting against them. They're calling that hate speech because they hate the LDP. And it's not the same thing, because the LDP are not like children and normal people. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see how the legislation comes out, but this is an important step towards that, and it is kind of interesting to see that they've actually recorded it in statistics. This is interesting. So everyone's heard the story this week, the drama about the Hitomi satellite, the X-ray thing, which is a satellite which is a $257 million or some crazy expensive satellite that's an X-ray version of the Hubble Space Telescope. It's this crazy powerful thing which is out there to study black holes and stuff like that. And yeah, it was. It went up into space, and then it kind of disappeared, and then people apparently were able to track like debris behind it, and it was like spinning around and stuff like that. And then it came back online again. And I was reading all of this stuff, and I don't know. I only read this article actually for one purpose. Only for one purpose. Oh no, not that. I don't care about saving the image. I want to open it in Safari because I want to be able to see the comments, because whenever I see a story like this, as an astronomy geek, this is super exciting, and it's really distressing, of course, that it is possibly lost. But at the same time, the only thing that I want to see when I read something like this is I just skip straight to the bottom. And where are the comments here? Come on, I just want to see this guy. That's all I want to see. This is all I want to see. I just come here, I check that it's there, and when I see it's there, I feel better, and I go away again. It has to be. This is the only reasonable explanation. Right? Seriously. So anyway, the satellite, it disappeared, it came back again. It's you know, there are all sorts of theories about it, but there it is. That is what must have done it. So and everyone knows. See, Mata Gaijinka, you're with me. You know what I'm talking about. So that's my theory on that. I mean, that's pretty clear. This is the new crazy tourism target. This is 60 million foreigners in Japan annually by 2030. They've actually already reached the 20 million goal, which they had set for 2020. They've already got it. So for 2020, I think they're setting like 40 million by 2020 and 60 million, there we go, by 2030. That's half the population of Japan in tourists. I really wonder if that's actually even physically possible. Mr. Kordychev, that sounds a little bit like a joke, the conversion from imperial to metric, but they have actually lost a like $300 million Mars landing satellite, whatever you call it, for exactly that reason, because the freaking Americans did a joint project on it with Europe, and they actually assumed that the Europeans would use feet and inches to measure stuff and miles, when everything was measured in kilometers, of course, like the rest of the world does. And that in itself, the fact that actually cost the US taxpayer hundreds of millions of dollars just for that one accident with that Mars surveyor probe, I think it was, is exactly the reason that American people, I'm not hating, I love you guys, but you guys have to get with the metrics, seriously, because it's messing with everyone's shit. But that wasn't the reason in this particular case, just going back to the satellite thing. But 60 million foreigners, seriously, are we going to be like drowning in foreigners? 60 million, I don't know, I don't even know what we'd do with that many foreigners, but at least they've set a suitably ambitious goal. And it means, I guess, that they're going to keep doing these foreigner surveys and making stuff more convenient, which it's been getting. It's been remarkable, the change in Japan. So it shows that, Abe, I mean, everyone likes to say Abe is like the new Hitler and he hates foreigners and he wants to take over the world and stuff, but he's doing stuff, right? I mean, the Democrats and the Socialists never set goals like this about women and employment and in Parliament, about foreigners. And I love to troll my right-wing Japanese friends by pointing out what a liberal icon Abe is. He's like flooding in the Chinese and North Korean tourists, and well, not the North Korean tourists, but pretty much everyone else. Oh, that reminds me, I've got a story coming up here pretty soon. Where is it? It's further ahead than I thought it was. Here we go. North Korea. They banned Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter this week. What I find amazing about this is North Korea, if they banned Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter this week, that means that you could actually use Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Until this week, it wasn't banned. It was actually available. I find the news stories that North Korea's had Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter available in North Korea until this week. I mean, it's not available in China. I've been to China. I nearly died without access to these services, but apparently it was available in North Korea all this time. That's where I had to go. So there you go. Disaster in the Japanese spirit. I've talked about this a little bit before. I mention this every now and then. I think that the frequent natural disasters, the frequent losing everything and rebuilding cities, that happens to Tokyo all the time. I mean, Tokyo was completely destroyed in 23. It was destroyed again by Americans in 1945. But it just goes through these sort of cycles, and it's going to happen again soon sometime. And we've had the Daishin-san and stuff like that, and it does. I think it's a big part of the psyche and the culture of the country. And there's a big theme with Japanese about celebrating moments in time. There's a real thing. Japanese don't have a big deal about like afterlife, like Christian sort of, or Islamic. Everyone has this idea about having this wonderful afterlife in Judeo-Christian religions. So Islam, Judaism, Christianity, we all think about the everlasting life thereafter or whatever. Japanese don't really have a big concept of that. They do have the Buddhist death thing, which means that you will get reborn or whatever, but they tend to be, it is a culture of living in the moment. I guess there's a lot going on in moments to deal with here that might be a factor in that. Hanami is a really big factor in that. Hanami, because the fact that, you know, it only lasts for 1 week, but they make all the trees in Tokyo a tree that like drops petals for only 1 week. You know, everywhere else they actually use trees that like last for a long time and have nice color. I mean, cherry blossom trees are the ugliest, fuggliest trees for like, you know, 50 weeks of the year, but the 2 weeks that they look good, you know, they look super good, and that's kind of symbolic of this whole thing about, you know, enjoying moments. That's really, really big in Japanese culture, and about the passing of time and stuff like that. And I think it really, really this is kind of again from Nippon.com. This is another really nice look at that and the influence of that on Japanese thinking, and again the impact of these disasters on Japanese philosophy and how it fits in with just the mindset of people in the culture, which is something you really, really get a sense of when you're here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. This is the I think I might have showed this earlier. These guys came and just, people do this every now and then. This is like this is better than a tourism video or a music video about Japan. These guys just came and just shot a whole lot of amazing footage of Japan and just edited it like a really, really slick, awesome like TV music video ad campaign of Japan, and it's just seriously awesome. I mean, yeah, it's funny. In New Zealand, when I used to live in New Zealand, occasionally they'd make these really awesome Australian tourism vids, and those Australian tourism vids would actually make, I mean, 20% of New Zealand's population lives in Australia just because of their good commercials. So we moved over there. But this is the same sort of thing, actually. I look at this and I was like, yeah, that's right, that's why I'm here. And you have a look at this, you will understand as well. It's really, really good, and everyone who seems to be watching is thinking that. There's a site called Colis, which is a Japanese font site. It's a font specialist site. Once every year they do kind of a package, it's a couple of times a year, they do like a package of all the most awesome free Japanese fonts, kanji or all kanji, and some that don't do kanji, but all the free fonts that you can use that use Japanese, that you can download for your PC or Mac for free and use. And this is like the biggest, most definitive list. I've got the link in here. And this site is just awesome, and I've downloaded hundreds of fonts from this site. I freak out about like keyboards and fonts and stuff like that. This shit is important, and this is where you can really get the widest selection. I mean, you can look at these things. These are sort of fonts that you want to have, especially for Japanese, you know, because the computer fonts, you know, you got your MS Gothics and your, you know, they're pretty standard fare, but here you got some really serious fonts, and with kanji and stuff as well. So of course Japanese go nuts for this as well, for signage and making documents and stuff like that, for your video graphics, for your boots. Seriously, the stuff is free. Go get it while it's free. And this is an awesome site. So go and check that out. Make a shirt using that phrase. What phrase was that? I'm curious. The black one is utterly illegible. Or that might be, this is all from 30 seconds in the past, of course. I'm talking in the future. I'm curious what that, well, some of these are illegible, but anyway, these are awesome fonts. So as I say, that's what the link is for. That's what I put it in there for, because this stuff is awesome, so go use it. What else we got here? Cine Jedi. I mentioned Cine Jedi before. She messaged me a couple of months ago now. She said that she was making a whole bunch of short films and like some sort of series, and she was going to use my music for it. And I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the comments momentarily. Cine Jedi is she makes awesome videos. And she's been lately, since she moved over to Brighton, which there's an interesting story behind as well. You should watch her videos to see that, because she's super interesting actually. She's just gone into this circle making these really cool, like some series, some science fiction stuff, some comedy stuff, and she makes really good stuff, and she's just starting to release all of these new kind of skits and short films. And she messaged me saying that, hey, I'm going to use all your music in my new series. I was like, cool. And these things have just started to come out. This is the second one. Both of these have come out, and they use my music, and it's really cool, and it's really well edited, and these are short films, and it's awesome. All the information, Mr. Kanji Kid, the links are there, and you can go and click on the video and you can see the YouTube. I think it's on Vimeo and on YouTube. It's uploaded on both sites, but you can see all the information about the creators. And the Gizmodo article talks about them as well. I think it's like 3 guys who are traveling around Japan. And it came out really, really well. So you can see it's all there. Check out the links. It's in my Flipboard, and there's all the links for that below. But on this anyway, Submarine Shark. This is on Vimeo. It's really, really, really cool. She uploaded it a few days ago. It's funny. And it's just cool to hear something that I made, like getting played with something that's actually kind of this awesome. So I got a real kick out of that as well. That's Stephanie Palacino. She is the creator. She's otherwise known as Cine Jedi. She is awesome. That other one, Cherry Bakewell, that's from a week ago. That uses my music as well, and I just get a kick out of that as well. I admit that, but yes, by the way, Pike-chan did make me an awesome Powerpuff thing, but this tool came out and people were using it, so I just used that today for a kick, which I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, check out these things because they're actually, she's a classy filmmaker, and it's just kind of cool to see my stuff getting legitimately used like that. That was really cool. More good news. I've talked about this before, but the Japanese government is now really sort of starting to lean on hot springs to accommodate all these foreign tourists who want to go to onsens, who are all covered in tattoos now, so they are preparing for that, and that's good to see. I'm showing that because bada bing, I got this for the Hanami, but I also got this because I do a lot of like conference calls and stuff like that at home, like work-wise and stuff like that, and I just wanted to get a proper like speaker thing, and this actually has a mic. You can take phone calls with it. It's got a 360. It spreads the sound 360. It's only like 5.3 watts, I think, or 5 watts, but it's actually at home. The sound was like, whoa! It was like, you know, making the table rattle and stuff like that. When I took it to the park for the Hanami. In something like a park, the sound does get too dissipated. You do need more power for that. It was a bit disappointing in the park. I thought it would serve well for that purpose, for playing music, like for the dance competition. Fortunately, people had better speakers there. But that's it. I got this. This is the most popular Bluetooth speaker in Japan. That's part of the reason I went to kakaku.com. It was a #1 ranking. It was about $60 something, $70, 7,000 yen. And I tried it. It's really, really cool. I like it so far. It's waterproof as well, so I can take this into the shower, which is you know, good for that karaoke practice. And it's a ball shape, and you can run string and stuff through it. So I don't know. It looks like something from Star Wars. You know, it looks like that thing that Princess Leia was carrying in Return of the Jedi when she was going to go and release Han Solo. You know, with the bomb in front of Jabba the Hutt. It reminds me of that, so that's another reason I bought it. Plus, it looks a little bit like a Death Star. So, you know, so far I'm digging it. The sound quality is awesome. It's a Sony thing. I don't like to buy Sony stuff generally. I'm not a Sony fanboy, but yeah, I was persuaded with this. I thought I was going to get like an Anker Bluetooth thing, or you know, I thought another brand, but actually I ended up I'm happy with this. So I'll keep you posted on how it goes with more use. But so far I'm pretty chuffed with that. I mentioned last week about how AI is freaking me out, particularly that this thing ran through the first round of a novel writing competition in Japan. And it's funny, I talked about that with some friends in professions that involve a lot of writing, and everyone was pretty much as freaked out as I was. I mean, it's actually kind of scary to think how shit is changing like faster than we can keep up. I mean, I didn't actually the thermal detonator, man. Stephanie Rawlinson, take a bow. That is exactly it. It's Folkhart got it as well. The thermal detonator. That is right. Damn, that's awesome. You guys got that. But that's right. Doesn't it look like a thermal detonator? That's exactly what I thought when I saw it, but I forgot the word thermal detonator. That's awesome. So anyway, this AI shit is really, really kind of like escalating quickly, to quote Ron Burgundy. It's escalating really quickly. Yeah, it's kind of freaking out. So yeah, by the way, Beck-chan, good to see you, and yeah, cool avatar there as well. Kira names. This gets talked about a lot. I've never really found a good way to talk about it on this show, but this is nice. This is like a Japanese study blog, and it explains what they are. Kira names. It means literally like shiny names that basically flaky kind of, you know, I guess kind of hippie kind of parents like to give their kids, like, you know, names like unicorn and rainbow, and, you know, names that are basically gonna, you know, cause these kids problems. I mean, that's a great photo. As they get older, and for some reason in recent years these have been a big subject because there have been a lot of in startlingly large numbers, and they've started coming through into the job market, and people have been talking about how it's been affecting their names. There's a nice better to conform than to stick out. This is a Japanese proverb. Derukugi wa utareru. The rusty nail, the nail that sticks out gets struck down. It's a very Japanese cultural thing, but there's been this kind of rebellion in this last kind of the current generation coming through, with young people coming into the job market now, have these parents who gave them these names intended to make them stand out, and it leads to positives and negatives. Man, that first one, it looks like a normal name, that first one. It's Hikari and space, right? So Hika you can think of, and the Uchu, Uchu, so it kind of makes sense. Pronounce it Pikachu. It means like a space ray. It looks like space ray. It looks kind of legit, but Pikachu, that's kind of going. Kitty, that's literally love and cat you put together and pronounce kitty. It's got nothing to do with the kanji, the pronunciation. Nausicaa. That Nausicaa is bad in so many ways. That's where you've got it means now is the time, like carpe diem, seize the day. Imo shikanai, it means like now or never. They've called their kid now or never, and they've used now for the first kanji but dear for the second kanji. The problem with dear for the second kanji is that is the second kanji for idiot. That's what you associate it with in a name. Man, that is bad. Okay, so apparently in 2015, these are the ranking. By the way, you often see DQN with Japanese. It's a they don't explain it very well here. They say that it means stupid name. Well, Dokun, of course, it means stupid name. Dokun, you pronounce that DQN is for Dokun, and Dokun means kind of like a Forrest Gumpy sort of idiot, just kind of someone who's a bit slow on the uptake. You call someone Dokun who's a bit slow on the uptake, and so they have these DQN list rankings. And you have these names there. You've got Shiza. Seriously, I can't believe people would call their kids Caesar, and they would call it using that basically imperial leader kanji. Man, these kids are gonna have tough lives. Akari, yeah, I kind of, again, this is kind of making their kids sound kind of important. Marin, Marin, so sound of the ocean down the bottom, number 8, it comes as marine, which you can sort of do. But anyway, it's those are kira names, and they're kind of funny, but yes, they're good for a practical joke or an internet username, but not for calling your baby. Rochelle is back. The same promotion code, which I can't remember actually, and I thought I'd be prepared for the show, but I wasn't. She's going to be doing a seminar. When is she going to be doing it? Tuesday, April 12th, next Tuesday. Not this Tuesday, next Tuesday. She's going to be doing another Working Effectively with Japanese. This is another corporate seminar, but there is going to be a 30% discount off the kind of corporate. It's a corporate rate. It's expensive, but you can get a 30% discount if you can convince there's the price up there, $317.49. But you can get 30% off if I think you put Hiko something. I'm sorry, I really should have that prepared, shouldn't I? And it's terrible that I don't. In fact, you know what? I might even be able to check it. I'm positive I can check it right now. It's kind of horrible for me to say that you can get a discount, but with a code a promotional code that I can't tell you what it is. So let me do that right now. Let me search for Rochelle. You can all talk amongst yourselves. She is in Japan at the moment. It was awesome to catch up with her. So the promotion code is let me just go back because she messaged it to me and I'm going through. Wait a minute. Oh, this looks. When is this from? Yeah, we were talking a lot about Star Wars to each other. This is again why she's like really awesome. Here we go. Hiko 30. Oh, so it makes sense. 30% off. Hiko, all caps. HIKO 30. Hiko 30. When you go to purchase a ticket, if you put in Hiko 30, you get a 30% discount off the rate, and you get a day, a training seminar with Rochelle Kopp. You basically get to do for all day what I do with Rochelle in our videos together. It's where Stu. Oh my God, it's Stu in Japan. Hey, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you. I made my apologies for being a bit of a pensive, uptight dick during the party at the beginning of the video, and but it was really, really cool to see you, Stu, and it was really cool to hang out, and I'm sorry. It's kind of like I wasn't relaxed because I was trying to do all this shit, and now I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed when I'm here, but it's kind of a dick yesterday, not to you, but to some other people. And so yes, but it was an awesome party, and Stu was one of the guys who made an awesome party, so very good to have you in the chat there. But yes, for this event, for the working effectively in Japan with Japanese seminar through Rochelle Cop, Hiko 30, I will type it in the comments just so that people don't make any mistake. Hiko 30, that is the promotion code that will get you, if you can, don't pay for it yourself, get your company to pay for it if you can get them to do that if you're in Tokyo. But if you can put in Hiko 30, you get a 30% discount. If that makes it easier to convince your company to let you go, you get to do a full day professional training seminar with Rochelle. And I know that Yum Yum Sesame, Megwin's wife, went to the one before, and she was like, yeah, she was saying it was awesome. So yeah, I heard great things about that, so that was pretty cool. And we're actually getting to the end of the topics. This is Okada, the head of the New Democrat Party. Oh no, I don't want to watch a video. Why is that playing a video? Stop. Stop. What the hell? Okay, get rid of that, and let's get back in. That serves me right. Let's get back in. So anyway, yeah, he's just promised that he's going to wage the. I mean, the economy's in the crapper. The sales tax is going up. Everyone hates the government, and he's going to wage the election based on not wanting to reform the constitution. And that's literally the only thing that they're going to talk about in the election. Which means I think that Okada is probably taking money from the LDP to lose the election on purpose. I can't believe how badly they're contesting the election. Funny thing happened this week. Burger King announced that they were going to bring back the BK King, which is basically the Burger King Big Mac ripoff, and they've got like this huge there it is, and I actually quite like this burger. I go out of my way to eat it, and then the BK King 5.0, it's like huge, and it actually tastes as good. I like, and the beef tastes better at Burger King, so I'm like, yes, I'm gonna go and get one of these BK King burgers. And McDonald's got wind of that, so they're releasing the motherfucking Giga Mac, 2.8 times the beef, and like. And it's just huge, and because they're sick and tired of Burger King making a better burger that's based on their Big Mac. So this is kind of funny. This is coming out this week as well, and this is bad for me, but I'm going to eat both of them because I just don't care about my body. It's life. YOLO. I'm just gonna eat both of them. I don't care. And yes, Stu, I did nail Humpty Dance, but the thing is, Humpty Dance it's not a first song. You need to cut loose first song. There were like 40 people in that karaoke, and you know, we probably would have been better if we got multiple rooms actually, just that people can warm up and people can sing at a higher turnover. But that said, it was a okay karaoke session. I wish we could have. I'm sorry it all kind of dissipated afterwards. Actually, I would have been cool if we could have done like a Sanjikai. I would have been more relaxed at a Sanjikai with fewer people. But it was pretty cool actually, and there was some. Oh man, I was like, I mean, Stu was of course awesome, but yeah, there were some really awesome songs actually at the karaoke afterwards. So that was good. The Swedes all started. The Swedes all started singing the Swedish happy hardcore song. For me, was a real highlight. Oh, that was a good night. It was a good night. Hikipedia, wow, yeah, she was cool. That was really good. If you want to know how long it takes to earn a Big Mac, which is now that you've seen the Big Mac that I want to eat, this is how long it would take in each country. 32 minutes in Japan, 26 minutes in the UK, 18 minutes in Australia, 41 minutes in America. So there you go. I mean, you know, but I guess. Who knows? Depending on who you vote for. I mean, Sanders might give you one for free. Trump might make it. You know, you might have to wait for like two or 3 hours. I don't know, but I just find that an interesting statistic, and it's consistent with the Big Mac theme that I had established up until that point. The Sanjikai, yes, Phoenix. Thank you for the Taco Bell Sanjikai. It was good in the sense that I got to talk with Lara. The Taco Bell. I'm sorry, I cannot classify separately from toxic waste. That's just not good food. It's not. It was okay. No, Benjamin Harris. It was actual Swedish. It was awesome. I almost took Swedish. I actually majored in Spanish, but I was frankly just thinking Swedish girls or Argentinian girls when I chose my arts major. I had a law degree. I could pick whatever I wanted for my arts. But yes, I figured that Spanish actually had more use. I'd studied Latin for 5 years, so I went for the Argentinian. But yeah, respect for the Swedes. And the Swedes, there's always heaps of Swedes who are in Tokyo, who do YouTube, who come to the YouTube parties, and they're always like really, really cool people. So that was really, really good. I talked about North Korea having YouTube and Facebook and Twitter to ban. That's what surprised me, so I'll skip over that. this was a little. I shot this in the park on the way. You can actually see the original from the photo album before, but of course I did a little bit of Instagram magic to it, and it actually came out kind of nice. I quite like this one, so I made this the thumbnail from tonight. There's a bit of Yozakura nighttime cherry blossom viewing. That is this. You don't need to see this, but if you're watching this video, you don't need to see this link, but it's in there. So just so that you know, I made this today. This is another kind of a cool filter artsy thing. This is kind of cool, right? I took a photo of a little cherry blossom thing today, and that is a Japan Great Wave effect that I used with that. Oh, not me. And it's got little great waves all on the edges of it, and that is really cool. I really like that. So that was nice. It's not important. It just looks nice. I have one of my best friends in New Zealand was from Kyoto, from Nara actually. Don't mess up Kyoto and Nara actually, because they get really pissed off. This guy he actually has a degree from Kinki University, and it's funny because the guy was kind of a pervert, and he was a bit of a playboy. He got around, and when I found out he actually had a degree from Kinki University, I was just like, and there is just this thing about knowing that somewhere out there is a legitimate university issuing science degrees and arts degrees and law degrees, and that all of them have Kinki University written on the top, and that there are people going through their lives, and it's actually a pretty good university. Kinki University, it is the Kansai Region University. It's one of the top universities in Japan. Tens of thousands of people in Japan have Kinki degrees, yeah, they're changing it because they're sick of the jokes. I mean, we still have Kinki kids, the Johnny's group, to make fun of, which the fact that Johnny named their group I just find extremely disturbing. But yes, unfortunately the Kinki region of Japan, it actually it is the area near Osaka, basically. It's a subset of Kansai, but it's a significant geographic region in Japan. And yes, they're changing the name, so it's a sad day. And that is a penis. That is the kind of matsuri that actually happened today. So a lot of people went down to go and see that. If that's your thing, if that's what gets you going. I've never actually been to one of the penis festivals, which I must admit is something I do need to check off the bucket list, because why not? I mean, yeah, it's not so big. I don't know. It's not so impressive. I know that there's some big ones there, but I've seen bigger. There is the first ever American hired as a ninja in Japan. They had this ninja tourism job. Yeah, so someone got that. Not such great pay, but the guy who got it, a guy called Richard O'Neill or something like that. Congratulations, official ninja. And that is my Powerpuff Girl. What do you reckon? All right, it's kind of cool. I can put on the cans. Kind of get the image thing going there. What do you reckon? I have to tilt like that, right? And I guess take these off. Get the blue eyes there. That's exactly like me. It's actually it's almost like they had it ready to go. So that was pretty awesome. DJs, surely by the time you get to the actual penis festival, you have to stop being awkward about it. Raz being very subtle. By the way, Raz, I saw people talking about Raz Ogle in the Batman Can't Stop Talking About Sex clip. I was actually crying watching this College Humor tonight. I was watching another clip. The Batman series on College Humor at the moment is awesome, but the one where he can't stop talking about sex, where he actually talks to Raz Al Ghul's daughter, that was awesome. But anyway, this is pretty cool, isn't it? The Powerpuff thing. I like it. I downloaded it. It's yes, I approve. Although I do really like the one that Pag-chan did for me as well. So that was kind of awesome. In Japan, that was the video that I talked about. It's like the tourism video thing. That was awesome. That is Emily Louise Maitland, who may or may not still be watching, but here she is talking about how she found her apartment in Tokyo, and that is some important shit, because finding apartments in Tokyo, you need it to find an apartment. So. Instructional. It's Emily Louise Maitland. Why would you not want to watch it? Go watch it. Seriously. Don't just go. Do it. And that is it. That's me with hair when I first came to Japan. It's coming back. Stem cells. She said in 2018. It's going to be expensive as fuck, but it's the sunburn. I'm okay with the look. I don't mind the look. In fact, I'm going to keep it short, even if I would like grow it back. But I stabbed you first. Yeah. I'm sorry, that Mario Lagos, that was so funny. I was actually, that's the first time I've laughed cried in a while, actually. It was so funny. So go and watch Was it? It's Batman Can't Stop Talking About Sex College Humor. Just go and look it up, and you'll thank me. It's terrible, but yes. So I talked in the beginning about the 110 BPM music competition. I'm going to put up a clip. It's all going to be beat match. I'm going to edit my own version. I'm going to make my own edited video, but first I'm going to put up some raw footage, but I'm going to make it all beat match first, so that anyone can make a 110 beats per minute thing. And yeah, we could totally do that, Folkheart. I'm going to encourage Ty and Folkheart and the other members of the Tokyo Digital Group, Ben Duncan, everyone to get on and make a 110 beats per minute track, which you guys can download and use for your own videos, or make your own video, make your own track, make your own track. But anyway, 110 is the name of the game, and yes, I totally am gonna get all the dancing footage that I took from the party, and I'm gonna make that available. Should I have a crack at a 110? I've been too busy today. I haven't been able to actually prepare something. But do an outro. Hey, Waito-san, good to see you. No problem. Late. Anytime is okay. Anytime is a good time. For something. Is that for McDonald's? It might be. I'm obsessed with that Gigamac. Seriously, that stuff is not good for you. But anyway, let me put these on and take these off. And I think the sound is already hooked up with this at the moment. So let's do it. Let's do a 110. And it's kind of funny. I gave the Korg to the lad today, and he just like scrambled all over it, but did a whole lot of random stuff, and it was really good. It was kind of funny. I mean, I'm trying to very deliberately choose what I do when I use that app, and my son was just like all over the place, and his was like better than mine. So today I'm just going to do seriously like a real random thing, and we'll see how it turns out. Now let me do very quickly. Okay, let's do it that way. So that way it won't fall down. Let me get the camera on there. Okay, so that's kind of backwards. But you know what? That's going to work. That is going to work. So let's, boom. I hope that won't get my naked legs. Look at that. That's a shit. And that's actually a much better setup than usual. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's do new. And this, so if you want to make a track yourself, download the Korg app, because the Korg app is awesome. I can tell you right now it's going to be 110. I'm going to have it already pre-beat set for 10 BPM. Let's make the quantize 8, just so that I don't have to do very much work. And for the type of beat, let's pick a beat I don't use very often. So I don't know, let's go for beatbox. Now is that going to show up there? Okay, let's make that a long loop. Oh. Okay, that's 110. I might do something a little bit different with that, but let's just do this the way my lad makes stuff and see how it comes out. Oh, whoa, 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 that was not good. That's kind of funny. Okay. Okay, let's build this up a bit, take house. And what should we put in here? It's a great app. Kind of crap. And that's the end of the show. So, oh, that was kind of crap, but it was just playing around. But that is the 110 beat, and I'm going to put up all the stuff so that we can do, and that's a cool app. That's the Korg IKS Letter app, and yeah, so you know, and I actually use iMachine as well quite a lot. I'm going to use GarageBand now that Folkhard has shown some tricks that I can do for mastering with that. So there's the after show link there by the three old dudes. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for awesome Hanami, and again, great job, Phoenix787, Hikosaemon, and all the beautiful people who came out. It was really fantastic to see all of you guys, and thank you for joining me tonight as you join me every week. It's great to see all of you guys. Icarus18, El Kamedo, Tai Nakamura, Nico Sisowath, that's good to see you actually, and I didn't know, don't recognize your username, so it's nice to see people saying hello. Renee Hauptmann, boom, you made it in the last second, you are here. And that's all that counts. Rainmaker89, Jojo in Japan, great to see you. Thank you for joining me tonight. Where's Stu? Where are you? You're still in Tokyo, right? If you're around, I did mention if there are any people around who are like visiting in town, because there are a bunch of people from the party who I didn't really get to talk to properly. If you want to do like, if you're around and there's a bunch of people who could do lunch, like I'm thinking Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that this week, I'd love to do that. My schedule's a bit up in the air, but I really want to try to do something like that this week. So if people are around in Tokyo, let me know and catch up this week. But otherwise, have a good week. I'll see you next Saturday on 2.5 Oyajis with Victor, who I assume survived. And I will see you all otherwise this time next Sunday on Tokyo Tonight. Have a good week. Check out the Facebook stuff, because there's lots of awesome videos and photos and stuff coming out. Remember, follow me on Facebook for that good information. Good job, Phoenix87, and have a good night. Aaron, awesome seeing you, Lara. And so many cool people I saw yesterday, and I got to talk to. So really great to see you all. And have a good week. Boom. Peace. There is right, yeah. Boom. Joe. So I guess I'll leave that there, and I will stop the show over here. Have a good week, everybody.